So I want to make a first announcement just to make sure everyone understands how to submit assignments. So this board at the very top of our Google Classroom that you see when you first log in is a message board. It's where you can ask questions about what our assignments are, or how people are organizing things, or what your plans are if you just want to say hi. You can even use it for social things. Does anyone want to play Roblox at 10? This is your message board to talk with one another. When you want to actually submit an assignment, you need to go to classwork, and you'll see all of your assignments here. So for example, if you are going to participate in the science fair tomorrow, you would go to the science lab report and go into view your assignment. And then in this one, you have two options. You can either add a file of your own by going here and going to your Google Drive or uploading it, or I've actually created a template for you. So if you just click on this, this is your template that you could update however you would like to, and then you'll be able to submit it. Once you hit turn in on a file here, you won't be able to make any more edits to it or changes. If you see something like this, this is the rubric. So this tells you exactly how I'm going to grade it. So for bigger assignments, you'll see this rubric here. And you should probably check your work against this rubric before you hit the turn in button if you want to make sure that you're getting your best possible grade. Now this is an optional project. It says optional, and everything we know that for some people this is hard to do. You might not have a computer at home, so you're doing your best, and I know what that is. But this is how you want to turn in assignments. If you're turning them in back on our sorry, that's not where I meant to go. If you're turning them in back on our message board here, where Henry just said hi, Emmett is sharing his COVID essay with everyone. And maybe he's asking for you all to give him feedback and ideas, and that's so brave of him and being such a strong writer to get that feedback. But it's also an opportunity, he's giving that to everyone. So for things like our James Fortin questions, we don't want to show everyone else our answers because everyone wants to keep up your answers. And on chat, Emmett says he does not want feedback from anyone about Mr. Romero on his essay. So make sure that you're submitting those in classwork. I also want to remind you that we have our Padlet we have our Padlet that has things on it for the American Revolution to get more information there. And there still is a virtual tour of the American History Museum. There's this cool online Revolution game. We also have available some things on Flipgrid, and where you can submit video responses. I'm going to be submitting some new things to Flipgrid for next week, for those of you who want to do things over spring break. So when you come into Flipgrid, there's actually, this is our first project, is responding to Hamilton. If you go over here to where it says 4 topics, you'll see all of these other places that you can respond. And I would love to see more people engaging with each other here if you're looking for something fun to do. So just some reminders of things that you can do. In other ways, things that we're hoping to be able to do, we will be launching book clubs later today. I will be sending out a form for you to fill out. You'll need to let me know if you have a parent who can pick up a book for you. We're going to have 2 places for picking up books. You're going to let me know if you want to be meeting with your book club next week. So, and then we'll be having book club meetings every other day. I have a couple of books that I got from the classroom yesterday that I picked out. There won't be a big project, but there will be opportunities for extra credit with these book clubs for those people who maybe didn't do their best work on their blue notebook for our last book clubs. But mostly it's a way for you to share books with each other while we're away from each other and have a chance to connect in small groups. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, but I'm going to remind you anything you say is saved for all families and parents for posterity. But do we have any questions about any of our announcements?
When are we going to get to fill out the form?
This afternoon. So after I meet with you, I will post it today.
I responded to your email, I think.
Yeah, you responded to my email, so that's, and we're looking at having a meeting this week for allies as well. Allies.
How do you turn it in? It's kind of confusing.
We can go back to that again.
Where are you going to post it?
Are in classwork.
In class?
Let's say you're submitting your book club project. So you're in your classwork, you're at your project, you go to view assignments. And then over here where it says your work, under add or create, you can either create something from scratch, or if you've already created it, if it's on your local computer, you'll go to File, and then this will open up attaching things that you can select anywhere from your device.
It created one for me somehow.
And so if I want to make it easier for you to have a template, then I've got something already in there for you. So I'll go to one of those in just a minute.
I pressed add and it created
your
it.
Google Drive. Most of you have already created things in your room 214 folder. You have 214 folder, and I would attach it here. You can only attach things that are yours. The things that are yours don't show up. So to answer the question, there's a lot of stuff. If you go back to your other assignments, under classwork, and let's say you want to go to the lab report. This is an example where I've created a template for you. So you just click in it. It's already named for you. It's already created. And you can make your updates here. And see how it's loading. It's going to take a second to do that. And so now I can update in this document. My scientific question is yada, yada. And then when I'm all done, I'll just close this tab and come back here and turn in. You may also have questions about the math and how to use that. There's a separate video that's posted on the classwork page about how to submit math assignments, but just as a reminder, if we go back to our page and go to any of our classwork under math, and I can click here to go straight to math, when you see something like this, and it has something that's created for you, this is because I wanted to make it a little bit easier to fill out the worksheets. So you're going to be able to, on this, it'll automatically come up with boxes. This is already in one. My answer is this. You can also, up at the top of your screen where you see this line, click on the arrow below and go to Scribble. And then once you're in Scribble, it's being a little slow because it's recording, I can draw things. It's being a little buggy right now. So I could draw an example using my cursor if I wanted to do it that way. So hopefully that clarifies some of the questions that we had. So you should turn in everything that you're able to. Some things specifically say optional, but we should turn in everything that we're able to. Somebody asked about that. Any other questions before we move on to our math lesson as we go through our announcements?
I have a question.
We have problems.
Your question
Okay. Do you want to be done?
was that Calvin that had a question?
I'm a Russian god.
I do have a question.
What's your
How
question?
do you submit a book report?
Okay. So you're going to do the same thing with your book report. So if you go, you can just add or create something and hit print under the book report. So you'll see the same type of project there. So if you go back to our classwork.
Can you do Google Slides then?
Yep. It can be Google Slides, it can be a document, it can be Spark, and downloading PDFs there.
I have a question.
Whatever format format you'd like to turn in. You can draw a brochure and take a picture of it, whatever you'd like. Naomi?
Do you need to sign in to like the classroom for your study thing?
It's only going to let you submit things if you're signed in, because then it knows to tell me this is Naomi's work.
Mr. Romero,
Yes.
where do we get all of this stuff?
What do you mean? Where do you see all of this?
Yeah, Classroom, Google Classroom, whatever.
So you should have an email inviting you.
Okay.
So if you haven't gotten that, it looks like everyone has accepted now. So if you already accepted, you're just
I
not
didn't get an email.
You can go to classroom.google.com. One second, let me just answer this question. So when you go to classroom.google.com, it's going to show all of the classes that you're a part of.
I can hear you very good.
So I've created other classes, like the college class I teach, and it'll take you to our class.
What are you doing, my earphone?
Wait, you taught a college class?
I teach through marketing at San Francisco State.
What? So cool.
Mr. Romero, some of this stuff I did on paper.
Then you can upload a picture of it.
Okay.
That's not a problem. I love that you're using, for those of you who are using paper so you have less screen time, that's totally okay. This is
I can't hear good. I don't know what they're saying.
Mr. Romero?
last question, yeah?
When I go to the Google Classroom and open up the math work, I can't really edit it.
So if you're having trouble editing it, you can just print it and then write on it and then upload a picture. And that's totally fine.
Okay.
I just wanna see that you tried it in some way.
Wait, so this way we can email you?
So all of those messages come to my email.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So before we start our math lesson, I'm just going to pause sharing screen so we can see everyone's faces because we actually have almost everyone on the chat this morning. I don't know who else has their video on.
No, on Google Classroom.
My camera isn't working.
If
Yeah, a lot of cameras aren't working.
No, it's not that.